again, everybody. Path of Fate. We're on a whole actual episode this time instead of everybody's little individual side jaunts. Um, Side jaunts, like I've said before, are probably going to become a lot more common, given that the group's focus is going to be a little bit more divided. And I mean, they will be working together as a group at least, but not everything that goes bump in the night gets along together all the time. So we'll see how that goes. But as far as where our game is going to be starting tonight, where we last left off, it was the end of July. Ben has been off in the woods in a cabin with no door, learning how to be a changing breed. Brooke has, frankly, just disappeared for that nearly that entire time until she came back, and it's now, something else. Natalie and Caitlin have both been putting their noses to the grindstone, or the book spine, as it were, and trying to do a lot of digging around in the library. Caitlin specifically going and talking to the keepers and trying to figure out how to build her stewardship. And eventually she actually did so, which means that now her power is not entirely beholden to staying in Blackwing of the Covetous Vault's favor, but she is now more bound to the library itself, to the vault. But it's at least her own power now. Yumiko's been bouncing around between Seattle and Tacoma, dealing with her sire, given that Yumiko is now a vampire. And Courtney had a conversation with the galaxy and then died. And then got better.
I was about to say, I'm feeling much better now.
So, it's been a month since the incident at Natalie's place. Given how much Natalie has been persona non grata in the mundane world, she has probably been declared missing. But after a few days of a missing persons report, looking into it kind of dies off. What have Yumiko and Caitlin been doing in regarding to their classes? Obviously, Yumiko's got to since it was right at the end of the semester before, she has to try to figure out how she's going to get into, if she's going to finish her classes going forward.
Caitlin fully intends on at least trying to complete her degree, so she had the break between semesters and is enrolled in the next semester for her courses. She has, however, requested of her roommate that she have have a new place to live. She wants to try living on her own for some time.
So what's Yumiko doing?
Well, considering Yumiko's condition, she's requesting for the next semester to have night classes instead and continue to live on her own in her dorm for the time being.
Alrighty. So, as far as some of that stuff set aside, we'll get to what's going on with Brooke once we get her on screen. But for the moment, our episode for tonight is going to start with Ben, actually, hanging out in a bed in the middle of some cabin out in the middle of the woods, just snoozing away. He's had a busy few weeks, and he's taking a little bit to rest while his I don't want to say patrons, but recent acquaintances, because not quite allies. We'll go with acquaintances while they're off doing something specifically relevant to their own interests. And Ben's a little bit fitful.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. In his sleep, he's your dream isn't really showing you anything, but you're like in this dream, it almost feels like you're just can't tell if you're blind or blindfolded, but everything is coming through your ears. You can feel that you're in your war form, that you're in the most accurate representation of what your spirit is now. And something's going on.
All right.
And you wake up to your phone ringing.
Okay. Ben attempts to get his phone from the wherever it is side table. Fumbles it through bandage-wrapped hands and has to sprawl half out of bed to grab it. Who does it say is calling?
So he is checking caller ID?
He checks caller ID. He doesn't answer.
Yeah, you because you guys did exchange numbers. Courtney's calling you.
Wait, I'm what now?
You're calling the Wendigo.
And why would I be doing that?
You still have his car.
Whoever stole Wendy's car.
I have a plan. So Ben actually lets it go to voicemail.
So, on the other side of this call, here's how this works out. Because I know I said before we started the recording we were gonna let this just be its own thing until like statted it out. But the one thing we're gonna have your familiar be doing. This is what was happening while Ben was having his dream. The familiar found Courtney's phone.
Oh, oh no.
And called. And keeps picking it up and throwing it at Courtney. As it's ringing.
Well, as it goes to voicemail, I'm going to hang up and say, not funny.
I should.
But you hang up before you say not funny, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to hide my phone better.
So immediately after the call ends and the voicemail comes through, Ben checks his voicemail and just hears "not funny."
No. Not funny was after he hung up. So all you hear is just like somebody like fumbling with it.
Ben blinks at the phone a few times and goes, "Oh yeah, that fucker has my car." And he flops the rest of the way out of bed onto the floor. Looks at his hands where he bandaged them up because from doing things with the wolf cousins. Learning how to actually fight with his hands rather than just stuff. They had been bloody.
Oh, here I was thinking something completely different.
No,
It's like there's the lust. I mean,
Yif.
no, that's why he has no pants on right now. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We need to decide if he was actually doing anything with her, because if that's the case, I have rolls to make.
Oh really? I'm gonna say we're gonna get to that.
You continue with what you were describing. We'll put a pin in that one.
Yeah, the bandages are bloody. His knuckles were bleeding rather profusely. Most of his hands were messed up last night, but there are benefits to being what he is, as he unwraps them and his hands are perfectly fine. Okay. So where the hell is everyone? He attempts to get up and find out wherever his pants had been left last night. It's a familiar walk, even if in unfamiliar territories. So yeah. Does he hear anything going on inside the cabin?
No, they had said something about needing to do that they would have gotten way more into it, but the short version here is that they are doing specifically a ritual hunt to appease one of the local spirits. And he was left behind because it's kind of one of those things like more people in the hunt would honor the spirit, but at the same time it could be taken by other spirits as the Uratha were too weak to do it on their own. So
yeah, Ben understands that. So wanders out into the front room, finds his pants, puts them on. And then let's get out of the cabin.
he is now in the woods.
Oh, I didn't even have to roll or anything? Good.
No, there's no narrative purpose to making you roll for this.
Yeah.
Because even if you failed it on the first try, you just try it again in a minute. The thing, just so that everybody knows, this cabin has no doors. The only way to go in or out, there's two ways. One is you go through the wall. The other
Kool-Aid
is
Man style.
Hmm?
Sorry, you said through the wall. I was like Kool-Aid Man style.
yes. The other method is to step into the shadow where the cabin doesn't exist, and then walk outside and step back.
So, Ben's going to kind of walk over to the little project that's probably been going on during this month. The locust that's still being made.
At this point, it would be done.
Runs his hands over it.
You already have the point spent.
True enough. Sits down and have a think, I suppose. Looks at his phone, the notification that he's, been fired from his job for not showing up for a month. Kind of scrolls through the groups, various social media, seeing what they're up to. Which I imagine has been very quiet on that front. And yeah, for the moment he's just going to consider things. Life, that dream he just had. And then I think he calls Courtney back. Just to see.
Ring, 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 ring,
Banana
ring, ring.
phone. I mean,
Look at the players. You did this. After taking a few deep breaths, I will answer the phone. Hello?
Ben decides on a different path and hangs up. And then just...
God damn it, you assholes. Do something that's actually productive.
Okay. And then he gets up, throws on his leather jacket, and heads to his pickup truck that he took from his home. And heads into town.
So as far as hold on, just as far as that goes, Jimmy, he called you back and hung up. Didn't say a word. So what's Courtney doing with that?
Already planning to close the store for another couple of weeks as he forms a new body after the cannibal gets here to eat him.
He's just resigned. Like, all right, well, this is how I die again. Or this time. He didn't get me last time. All right. So, Josh, you're saying he's going to drive into town?
Yes. So, first thing he checks is Courtney's store for his car. Does Courtney have the car in his store?
No.
Then he checks Courtney's home for his car.
But there is a parking garage nearby.
Ah. Checks the parking garage.
Yeah, because the way that you would phrase it, Josh, was, does he have it in the store? It was like,
At the location of the store. Come on now.
yes. But, so, yeah, Jimmy, that's on you.
I said it was in the parking garage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, once he parked it and got there, or got home safely, he hasn't touched that car.
Ben sees it looks like no one has touched his car in a month.
I mean, to be fair, I think Courtney would have gone out like maybe once a week to start it, just to make sure that it still runs perfectly. But yeah, no, he wouldn't have taken it anywhere.
Okay. So, Courtney then... Yes? I heard music.
Yes, I turned it back down.
Okay. Courtney gets a short, poignant text that just says, "Come out to the car."
Oh no.
How long does it take you to come out to the car?
Well, he's sitting there thinking for a minute, and he says he'll be right down. I could totally Millhouse this. Okay, give my familiar my phone, and then say dial 911, and when I think it, dial 1.
You could. Another text comes in. Good. Don't make me come up there.
Oh snap! Throwing out the threat.
The irony here is that Ben is probably the only person in this group right now that could permanently end Courtney.
Ben doesn't know that. Shh. So, yeah, how long does it take Courtney to get down to the car?
Courtney grabs the keys and he heads down.
Alright, Ben is just sitting there, leaning up against the car.
Before I come any closer, I want to ensure you're not a cannibal.
He visibly rolls his eyes. Son of a bitch. No, I'm not a freaking cannibal. And I'm not going to hurt you either.
That was a complete... Well, you didn't really try to hurt me then either, but you certainly went crazy and ripped up Natalie's apartment.
Yeah. I don't remember any of that. Saw it after the fact. Cousin decided to give me a sobering hero moment.
The cousin.
In a matter of speaking.
Are you talking about the other guy? The one that was also bigger than he should have been? A lot furrier than he should have been?
You can just call him what he is. Don't play cute.
My, what big teeth he had.
Fine. So, the werewolf.
Ben just kind of leans up and puts his finger to his nose. So Matt, real quick. They mentioned They mentioned lunacy. Did they explain to Ben in detail how it works?
Yes, they would have been waxing very poetic about it, how it's a
Gift from Luna, that
blessing
whole
of
thing.
Luna.
Yeah. Ben doesn't do any of that. Actually, it's kind of amazing. You remember what he went on.
Yeah, amazing.
And if you said anything, I didn't hear it because my dang thing came unplugged. Sorry.
I said, yeah, it's amazing that I remember it.
No, I mean, it's literally amazing because you shouldn't. Your brain should have gone a little cuckoo and deleted the entire thing. Just like me.
I won't say that I was exactly completely calm afterwards. I mean, I just stole a Wendigo's car.
That's true. And I need that back. And maybe...
Yeah, you can have it back.
Maybe. Just a little bit of help with something.
I can try. I can't guarantee that I'm going to know a lot.
It's good. Knowing something that I'm not really good at. I'm not good at books. Not good at learning things that require, smarts. Put something in my hand and I'll understand it. I'm going to try and get the band back together. But I know they're all going to be abjectly terrified of me.
Well, you did try to kill Natalie.
I don't know who I tried to kill. Probably Natalie. There's something...
It certainly wasn't us. We were a byproduct of being there.
Yeah.
Or we were just kind of in the way.
Trust me. I'm aware.
Now, I really just need to know. Did you have any inkling that this was something that could have happened at any point in your life before that night?
According to the cousins, it should have happened when I was 12. Certain things with my parents kept it from happening for a long time. Which I get the feeling I'm going to have to explain this quite a few times. It should have happened. I should have already known. But that's not how this deck of cards played out. So all the stress of a month ago, racking my brains, delving into weird shit, and then finally seeing something I really shouldn't have seen. Let's just say it damn broke.
That was quite a damn.
11 years of repression, Courtney. 11 years. In about, 3 minutes. Like I said, I don't even remember what I did. I just saw the aftermath. Things are a lot clearer now.
Well, that's good. It means you're not going to have that happen again, right?
Oh no.
If you can help it.
Oh no.
This isn't going to be like something that you're going to eat some steak and completely Wendigo out, are you? I'm still mixing what's real about Wendigos and everything that I've learned.
It's all somewhere in the middle, but no. I'm just me. No matter what I look like.
I should point out that because that whole thing about the halves of his spirit, his personal spirit, are finally talking, as it were. This is realistically probably the calmest that Courtney has ever seen Ben.
Oh, okay.
And he was pretty chill before, so he's gone from chill to glacial.
Yeah, the only way he could be any calmer at this point would be if he like smoked 30 pounds of pot.
Well, if you need my help, did you want to come up to my place?
No, I think I need to seek out Catelyn. Catelyn, sorry. I just pulled a Darby. Caitlin and Natalie.
Do you want me to come with?
Can if you want.
Well, so, have you seen Natalie since a month ago?
Fuck no.
Well, then somebody else there might help the situation.
Probably. They'd probably also respond to your phone if you actually texted them and asked you to meet them. I wouldn't
That
mention.
is true.
I wouldn't mention me though.
Although, uh, so whether or not Courtney has either their contact information, we're running from a.
That was so robotic.
Oh, good, it's not me.
She's working on fixing it. The gist of it is that she was saying that it's going to depend on if Courtney even has their number in the first place, but at the same time, Ben does.
But wait, didn't Caitlin give contact information to Courtney when she came by the store and he had that freak out about the Wendigo?
Oh yeah, that was the thing.
Oh yeah, so he's probably got Caitlyn's at least.
So yeah, he'll give Caitlin a call.
Yellow.
Hi, Caitlin. This is Courtney.
Hey, what's up?
Well, I was hoping that I could meet with you and Natalie at my store. Just to kind of go over everything that happened that night and kind of with a calmer head now that we've all had some time to process.
Well, I don't know what Natalie's doing, but I can check. Just you, not Yumiko or
No Yumiko. No Yumiko, because I haven't seen her in a month. And same thing with that girl.
and Ben.
Okay, I don't want to be the I don't want to Ben will be there.
Ben gives a stern look.
However, I've been talking with them. Apparently, things have calmed down dramatically with. If you like, we can go to a better public place.
I don't think a public place is gonna be the best option either, honestly. Oh crap. I just maybe not Natalie.
Caitlin hears on the other side of the phone. Told you so.
I don't know that he's His presence isn't gonna be good for her.
Hmm.
I can text, but I'm not going to try and persuade her. Okay?
Fine.
Okay. Either way, I'll be there in about an hour.
All right. Thank you, Caitlin.
Alright. So, Caitlin texts Natalie. Like, hey, Ben wants to talk. ...
Run! Run for the hills!
Caitlin would get a text back her a few minutes later of, "I don't want to talk," and do not tell him you sent, you saw this message.
The reply is, I just said I'd relay the info. I said I wouldn't try. I
That's fine.
support you.
The response reply would be, "Thanks, Caitlin."
Back in the parking garage, Ben.
And then,
Go ahead.
and then I'm going to Courtney's shop to talk to them.
Okay, back in the parking garage, Ben rolls his eyes again and looks at Courtney. You're not really good at plan things, are you? Or following instructions?
Okay. The first time I met these two girls, you turned into a Wendigo. I'm already on shaky ground. I'm not gonna lie to them.
Yeah, what now, bitch? I'm immortal. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Suck my dick.
I was trying to take a drink.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I didn't die.
Oh, that
That's
is a
good.
good start.
Ugh. Damn it.
So if Natalie comes, she comes. If it's just Caitlin, we can talk to her. And who knows, maybe that'll be one more person on your side.
She'll be coming around the mountain. She comes.
Still would have been easier to just pull off the band-aid. Alright, let's go wait for Caitlin.
Okay, so we'll go to the store.
By the way, did you get the package I sent you? Well, not package I sent you. Dropped on your doorstep.
Package?
Yeah. Phrases books.
Oh wait, I did get that, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Good.
Sorry, it took a moment for Jimmy to remember. So yay, my hole in the wall bookstore.
Do you have chairs?
Yeah, I'm sure there are chairs.
Ben flops in a chair.
Okay, so Ben, since you're the first Wendigo that I've ever met, you realize I'm probably going to be asking a lot of questions to differentiate between what's lore and what's reality, right?
And I probably don't have a lot of answers.
Can you mimic other people's voices to fool them into becoming your prey?
Maybe. If that's something I can do, I haven't figured out how to do it yet.
I like to imagine that was actually Courtney in character laughing, just like, this is incredibly awkward, so I'm going to ask the most outlandish question that I can and hope that it's taken as a joke.
It could be nervous laughter.
Courtney, I'm going to be blunt with you here. I am basically attempting to piece together what I am, where I am, and everything else that I need to know out of a handwritten journal from the 1920s. That's the last time something like me appeared. And yeah, it's not been easy reading.
Can I see it?
I don't have it with me right now.
Well, I mean, when you get the chance.
Sure.
I mean, look around you. This is what I do.
I mean, distilling truth from fiction is going to be hard. It's accounts from an old family member of her father. All written because she knew that if she just came out and said it, they'd pretty much lock her up with hysteria. So she played it off as stories and mingled it with folklore. Figuring out what's real and not has been difficult.
I can help with that.
If you'd like.
I love how Courtney's bookstore sounds like a 30s speakeasy type place.
I distinctly heard glass in a tumbler. It makes me hungry for alcohol.
I'll be honest, the sound of it makes me think of Bioshock.
Yeah.
There's not enough screaming.
Anyway. That is also true.
Has it been about an hour?
It's been about an hour.
Alright. Caitlin approaches the shop cautiously.
I'm sure you can see Courtney sitting behind the counter.
Caitlin is like keeping her eyes peeled for all exits.
You got the front door and you got the back door.
Yeah, I was about to say there are two entry points.
And she is definitely going to stay between Ben and an exit. Because being cut off is not gonna happen.
Out of character. Oh, honey, if I wanted you dead, you'd already be dead.
I don't know, the way I see the store, I think I'm just gonna ping where I think the door would be like there, Courtney would be there, and Ben would probably be about right there. So if you stayed about equal where Courtney is, you have free access to the door.
As Caitlin is outside, is her owl with her?
As far as I am aware, you do not see any owl.
No.
Question mark.
Like, Ketsy, you have second thought and stewardship.
Yeah,
He can't look over your shoulder anymore.
yeah. Like you will not be seeing an owl anymore
Goody.
For her.
for her.
So does Caitlin walk inside?
Yeah.
Ben stays sitting. Caitlin, been a while.
Ben.
I feel like I should apologize.
You think?
But I feel like Natalie probably owes the bigger apology.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's a bad approach.
I take it she didn't come.
No. Last time, you tried to corner her and then turned into a giant rampaging monster.
Wendigo.
Rampaging monster works. Yeah, I can't blame her for not coming. I doubt the reasoning of why I turned into a giant rampaging monster wouldn't help either. By the way, does that your little big-eyed friend not with you?
Wait, did Ben ever see my owl?
No.
Ben was seeing red. The Wendigo in him saw the owl.
Well, saw Natalie's owl. Did
Oh.
you see mine?
No, he didn't see Caitlin's.
No, that's true. That is a fair point.
So how...
So she's like... What? What?
Okay, let's rewind to it. What did Ben just say?
He asked if the owl was with her. He asked if her big-eyed friend was with her. He doesn't...
So asking about if it was with Natalie.
With Caitlin.
He never saw it with Caitlin.
Yes, but he knows that she's a warden.
Oh, that's right. The wolves told him.
Yes, the wolves told him that Caitlin's a warden. Yes.
They only found out because they've been watching Ben and incidentally realized that's what you were. Because they have gifts that Ben doesn't.
Yes.
Either way, she's like, what?
The owl Caitlin. I know. I know what you and Natalie are. I've been told.
No longer an issue
This is good.
for me.
For you, not still an issue for Natalie.
I've had a bit more time to push it off, I guess.
Then you kind of realize the world we were living in isn't the world that we thought it is at all.
No.
That's kind of why I've emerged in the first place. For a while I thought I'd just go it my own. Do the thing. You know, retreat from society. Kind of like I already have, but thinking about it, I realized that was an incredibly stupid idea. Something one of the cousins said.
Cousins?
Like the thing that came and got me. They thought I was going to Hulk out and go wolf. They were equally surprised when I suddenly grew thorns.
I do want to throw in an amendment, Josh. They never thought you were going to go wolf. They knew it wasn't going to be that, but they knew you were going to turn into something, and not knowing what it was part of the concern.
Got it. Then rewind that. Sorry. I misunderstood. Okay. He stressed the importance of pact, and that things don't survive this world alone. And I really can't stay with them. They have their group, their structure, and everything about it kind of chafes the horned thing in me. Maybe it's predator-prey, maybe it's something else, I don't know. And you? I'm just gonna come out and say it. There's a reason that thing, seeing it in Natalie, triggered that whole episode. Something about it's wrong.
Yeah. Do you think we wanted this? Either of us?
Well, I didn't know that. Didn't know anything. It's kind of sad how ignorant I was.
We didn't want anyone getting involved because, well, what Natalie is she has no control.
Slaves to the thing, then. Faustian pact gone wrong, basically.
She was asking a clarifying question.
That's even sadder. It's an accident. So I guess that gets to the heart of it then. You don't want to have to serve that thing, do you?
Not at all.
It's almost.
I do think first thing I did was figure out how to get as much out as I could.
Well, that's the irony. Because when I changed, the cousins stated that they run on rage. I don't run on that. They said that they could feel things off me. And thinking back on it, I kind of get it. When I tried to kill Natalie, it was literally out of an attempt to set her free. To just get that thing away from her at any cost, and in the addled little animal rampaging brain, that's what it thought would be the best option. It didn't make sense. And now that I have control of it, it still doesn't make sense. But apparently first changes are always violent. And don't make a lot of sense afterwards. So, but that actually comes to an irony. You don't want to serve the thing. Well, I'm kind of the knife to kill it.
A slow smile starts to spread across her face.
Ah, I see you like that.
She likes it murdery.
I don't know what to do about Natalie, but yeah. So, what do you say? You watch my back, I watch yours.
Now that I can. She sighs for a moment. We were unable to tell anyone.
I piece that together.
And well, it's not just us.
How do you mean?
They're the whole reason that I even. Well, remember when I went camping?
Oh yeah, you mean that we get confused? Yes.
Matilda kidnapped me.
Matilda kidnapped you?
For the owls. Owl bears. Bear owls?
The spirits,
Owl
yes.
bears. And I wasn't getting let go without pledging.
I can see why you dislike the whole idea then.
Yeah. And then later, she tells us a little bit more about what they are and what they could make us do. And so, yeah, I am 100% on board with let's stick it to them because it's not okay.
No, it's not.
Because a forced deal is not a deal.
Ben seems a little shaken. Quieter. Right then. So have you heard from anyone else in the past month? Anyone else who was involved?
Just Natalie. I mean, I found Courtney right after.
She was here for my freak out.
Otherwise, the only person I've been in contact with is Natalie. I don't know, something about Oh, Brooke is very much not going to believe any of this.
After, well, as I said to Courtney, it's how much of the whole thing do you remember?
Yes.
Is that one of the weird, awful things powers, or?
No. No. I'm afraid that one was all me. It
It does help. It's not just willpower. It's willpower plus whatever your
Yeah.
defensive stat is. So, but
But
you were in the bracket on your own willpower. It just helped you.
well, as far as what she's aware of, it was all her because Natalie has, the warden power, but
Also true.
she doesn't remember. So
Yeah. So I guess that's fair. Yes. There's no specific power that made it so that they just bypass lunacy disregard. Carry on.
okay. This is- as far as I'm aware, that was all me. Natalie only has my recollection to go on, and recalling just being afraid.
I don't know if that's going to make things easier or harder. But yes, Brooke should have been, everyone was affected similarly, or should have been. When I change, people tend to, it messes with people's heads. They tend not to remember.
I've learned a bit about that in the library. Oh, okay, so I've just learned that a lot of abilities, things that happen, people, it messes with their minds, or some make them go crazy, some make them forget. Matella was telling me about it when she showed me what I can do.
Either way, we probably need to find Yumiko and Brooke, because if they forced you and Natalie, what's to stop them from forcing Brooke and Yumiko?
You were really quiet there for a second, Josh.
Sorry. I might have pitched down my voice. Yeah, we need to find Yumiko and Brooke and get a lock on where they are, because, or at least keep an eye on them. If they forced you, why not force Yumiko and Brooke?
Do you want me to call Yumiko?
Go for it. I mean, I could probably call her too, but again, I'm working on ditching this pariah status, which is totally justified and earned, but not helpful to the current situation.
Okay. I will give Yumiko a ring.
Okay, hold on. I know how to do this. One sec. I got this. Okay. So first of all, what time are you guys meeting? Because Ben went from sleeping to driving for like 2 or 3 hours to being in town, and then about another hour and a half later, and Caitlin showed up. So, what time did Ben get up? Is this a morning meeting? Was this an evening meeting?
I don't know.
He was looking for his pants, so
You're the one who woke up my character. When would he wake up?
I'm leaving this up to you.
I'm saying this is an evening meeting.
Cool. So Yumiko, you're in downtown. Seattle. No, actually, let's go with downtown Tacoma. Everything smells vaguely of fish.
And gross.
Fish and algae.
Ew.
It's a Tacoma aroma.
Because downtown Tacoma, unfortunately, has a stink. But the benefit is, it's really easy to prowl around down here and not really draw too much attention because you kind of have a really easy split demographic between homeless bums, decently dressed middle class, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you've topped off for the evening, and does she have a like one of those purse wallet things, or a wallet, or a purse itself, or what does she keep her stuff in?
A messenger bag.
Cool. So from your bag, your phone's ringing.
Yumiko snaps out of her daze and looks at her bag. What the hell? She rummages through her bag to get her phone. Looks and sees who's calling. She answers her phone. Hello?
Hello, Yumiko.
Hi, Courtney.
Look, I was wondering if I could meet you down at my store, or if you could come to the.
Sure. What's up?
Just need to go over a few things.
That doesn't sound ominous.
Courtney is so bad at this.
Yes, I'll head over then.
Thank you. I'll see you, in 30 minutes?
I'm not a pizza delivery. I'll get there when I get there.
Okay.
And she hangs up her phone.
So Yumiko's on her.
Caitlin's gonna go ahead and say that out loud. You're really bad at this.
Didn't say I was good at it.
So you guys are gonna kind of loiter and small talk, as it were, until she shows up.
Yeah.
Unless Ben or Courtney have anything to get into.
So about my car.
that one's
No,
already been broached. That was
In all honesty, I think Courtney's just kind of silently absorbing the fact that it seems like everybody's hiding a giant secret.
and he, out of the three people in the room, he's the only one that hasn't fessed up.
I know.
If I could have taken Auspex, I would have taken. If I could have taken Auspex, so help me God.
I mean, to be fair, you could have taken one of those gifts that lets you see into the shadow. Or, frankly, oh wait, Josh, didn't you take the one that lets you see into the twilight?
I did.
I took Death Sight. I can see dead things.
Okay, but Death Sight lets you. It says specifically that you can see into the twilight, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We can both see into the twilight.
You can both see into the twilight. That's where his familiar is. Do either of you have this ability turned on?
Probably. She usually, I would say she tends to keep it on.
Ben can't keep it on because specifically it'll make his eyes go all cataracty and evil looking.
That's
And
true.
that's kind of the vibe he wants to avoid right now.
So yeah, so
Can't
Ben
hear
doesn't.
them.
What, Cassie?
Said I can't hear them unless I add use spirit one.
Yeah, you can see spirits within Twilight too, but they appear hazy and indistinct, and you cannot hear them. So, what you see, Cassie, or what Aoife sees here, Caitlin, is something sitting on a shelf behind behind Courtney, and you can't tell what it is. It's way too hazy. Like I said, it's hazy. It looks like it's a Bigfoot picture, something that's way out of focus and almost staticky or whatnot. And but you can tell that it's got a head and it's kind of looking around and just slowly swinging something where you don't know if it's feet or a tail or whatever, but it's just kind of loitering.
Well, it's
Does
swinging
it
in a
pay any
tangent. By
attention to
God,
Courtney?
Do it.
Does it pay attention to Courtney like more so than it might anything else?
Well,
Or
for that,
more so than other things that I've seen in the Twilight?
well, if you want to try and figure something like that out, you're going to need to make a roll. You're
Okay.
going to roll your wits plus your empathy with no modifiers.
It's not a great roll, but and like, do I see things like this like ever?
Yes,
Okay.
not super often, but you do. Oh yeah,
Well then.
it definitely seems to be paying attention to Courtney. Not like stalking them, whatever, but it's looking. Like it seems to, like, if it does try to move around, it seems to prefer hanging by Courtney.
Okay. So in that regard, it is different than what I normally see around.
Yes. Now, Jimmy, you had been trying to ask something.
oh well, you were saying that it was swinging something like feet or a tail, and I said, by God, you hope it's a feet or tail.
So while we're waiting, she says, turning
Yeah.
to Courtney, you gonna tell us what's going on with you?
4 weeks of running the business.
And that?
She points straight at your familiar that it has sworn up and down, no, 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 you're the only one that can see me.
Why, you little shit?
Lying little hussy.
We're ignorant. It's little.
Not all things are ignorant that are little, okay?
So Ben, she is pointing at absolutely nothing.
Well,
Or
I
a
think
shelf, you know.
I think Courtney's gonna turn around, look to where the familiar is, and go, oh, that, and he'll reach up for the book that's behind the familiar. I got this about a couple weeks ago.
You know precisely what I'm talking about, Courtney. I want that laugh to be in character.
No.
When you reach for the book, the familiar moves out of the way.
Yeah, I continue pointing at the familiar. Familiar has moved, so has my finger. I can see what's right in front of me.
I think Jimmy had a hiccup.
Maybe.
No, I'm just trying to think about what I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Look. Just like, I'm not gonna judge, but we need to know what we're all getting into if we're going to work together.
I'm not going to judge, but I'm totally going to judge. Just not to your face.
And Ben pipes in. Let's face it, the last time one of us got paranoid, someone's apartment got wrecked.
No, this isn't paranoia.
Fine, he's a companion.
A companion ghost?
You say that like it's an unusual thing.
Kinda.
Courtney didn't die in the bookstore, did he?
No, he didn't. He died in his apartment.
Damn it, then I can't get any information off Death Site. It's only when things die. But at the mention of ghosts, Ben does like rub his eyes, and when his fingers come away, his eyes are like covered in cataracts and near white.
As soon as Courtney says, "Not funny,"
Okay.
What's the cost on that?
So, Josh,
Yes.
interestingly, as I'm looking over Death Site, it doesn't specify that you look into the twilight. You just look at ghosts.
Yes, you just look at ghosts and any impression they've made. And anything that a violent... Like, you could also look at other stuff like, oh, I can see how a guy died, or something like that. So he's not going to see crap.
No, but he does look awesome while he's doing it. And by awesome, I mean that
creepy as fuck.
Courtney probably just peed himself a little.
Yeah, as he said, "Not funny," he actually got up out of the chair and backed away.
Ben rubs his eyes again and they go back to normal, because he's not seeing anything. I don't see nothing.
Well, it's something. I swear it's there.
He's a companion.
From where? You don't just get companion spirit things. Not normal people.
Okay, I think it's safe to assume that none of us in this group are normal.
Which is why I'm asking you.
If
What's your deal?
If I knew, I would tell you. I died 2 weeks ago. I came back. I got better. And when I got better, he was here.
Well, I guess we've answered where the familiar comes from.
I mean, I don't know, maybe mentioning that you died might be a thing.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe coming forward that you actually did something in that ritual before today would have been a little bit helpful.
I wasn't allowed. Literally, I would have been killed. Besides, I didn't do the ritual. That was Natalie.
Ben raises his hand. Didn't know. Should have happened when I was 12.
Look, it's clear we're all kind of new to everything that we've just stepped right into.
And it seems these things have something of a domino effect.
I was gonna say, right as the whole what we've stepped into, jingle jingle jingle, as the front door opens and in walks. What is Yumiko dressed in?
Her normal gothic clothing, her boots, a baggy pair of jeans, and a baggy sweater.
So punk gothy, got it.
Yeah.
Continue.
She looks at them all as they're kind of arguing. Did I come at a bad time?
Hey Matt, just a quick question, because since I know that I have a form of
Yes, as soon as she walks in, you get the quickening.
so as soon as I kind of like, I'm just gonna look and go, oh come on.
Right as Ben says, it seems these sort of events have something of a domino effect.
Heidi,
Yumiko,
Courtney,
what are you?
what are you?
Courtney, you can't just ask what somebody is.
God.
Nice way to say hi.
Oh my gosh, I just had this mental image of like the worst LARP group, like referring to somebody's template race as like their pronoun.
God.
And yeah, just
Wait,
hurt
what?
my brain. Never mind. It was a bad. Just carry on.
Oh,
So you was like, that's the best way to say hi, Courtney, or what? How did you say that, Mika?
Nice greeting to you too, Courtney.
I'm sorry, Yumiko. Hi, how are you? What are you?
Jerk.
Look, there's just been a giant can of strangeness opened today, and you walked in and you set off the spidey sense. So of course, gotta wonder what you are too.
Why don't you tell me first?
If I knew, I would tell you.
Then I guess we reached an impasse, haven't we?
Also, Ben's here.
Hi, sorry for the terrifying experience.
She looks at both Caitlin and Ben. Hi, guys.
Caitlin waves.
Josh, you turned off your death sight, right?
I wish I hadn't.
Okay, carry on.
So, I think I owe you an explanation that I'm gonna have to give another 2 more times. I guess I should
Shouldn't we try and get everybody? Oh,
That's
Brooke.
nearly impossible. You know that, right? But yes, we should at least try to get Brooke, I suppose.
Since Cassie, you did mention that Caitlin would have been paying attention to things. Brooke was also declared a missing person, and has since disappeared.
Oh, well, I did not know that. Okay, so she doesn't say, shouldn't we try and get Brooke? She's like, well, at the very least, I can by proxy explain to Natalie, but Brooke is gone.
Like how gone?
Like, I don't know gone.
Like she quit her
I
job.
haven't found any online presence. She's been declared a missing person. She's gone. I mean, she's not as gone as Matilda, but she's gone. Come to think of it, Caitlin's probably gonna start referring to Matilda by her chosen shadow name.
Yes, she would have probably been doing that for the majority of the time. Mindwalker.
Yeah.
Requiring.
She would have explained the name to Ben before, but when she was talking about Matilda, but yeah.
Yeah. Shit. Really? Mindwalker? That is like. It's kind of lame.
But also fitting. If we keep using her real name, she could essentially be found in default. So.
Got it. Fake name. Still lame though. Tell her to get a better one.
Speaking of fake names, we should. I'll work on that.
Hi, I've been going by Wendigo for the past month. Apparently, I will be getting another one eventually, something that other things will call me, but I have to do something impressive first.
I have been going by Aoife.
I like how Yumiko showed up and she's just kind of standing there now, like, oh, well, this is a conversation.
Pretty much.
So, Yumiko.
Yes, Ben?
Probably a lot to explain at this point.
On whose end? Mine or yours?
It looks around the room. Everyone's. Because he's still assuming that she's the only human in the room at this point.
Little does he know.
Courtney knows she's not. Doesn't know what she is, but knows that she's not.
Oh, can I tell anything?
What do you mean?
Oh,
yes, actually, yes, Cassie. You're.
I have riddle me this.
Yes, you do. You feel like you could riddle a new this. You don't know what the fuck it is.
Alright. But that didn't work for Courtney.
Also correct, actually.
Because he's not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because Courtney is something that is incredibly difficult to emulate. They like you wouldn't be able to do this because they have no change to their aura.
Mhm.
He actually reads as a human.
It's a good thing we got him to admit that he died.
Well, I mean, she has heightened senses to see into the, or not heightened senses. Sorry, she has coarse whisper that lets her see into the twilight. Oh, she does have heightened senses, but it's not quite the same.
So
Yeah, she has heightened senses. She has temporal flows, so she can see how people interact with time. And she has corpse whisper, which lets her see into the twilight. And then the thing specifically that is kind of almost like a very lighter version of Courtney's spider sense is an ability she has called Riddle Me This, where she can change her her mystical and spiritual resonance so that she looks like something else.
but she has to admit it. So does that mean she instantly knows?
Not She doesn't know what she is, but she knows that there is a thing.
Yeah, because she
if-
hasn't experienced a vampire before, so this is a
Mhm.
new thing.
And the other thing that would be that like where Courtney, if Courtney walks into a ballroom full of people, Courtney's spider sense would be like that one, that one, that one, and that one. Aoife's is more, you walk in, somebody here is a thing. The only reason why she knows that it's Yumiko is with that timing,
So what had Ben just said before that? Like,
That they all have a lot to explain?
alright, and she's like, and it appears so do you.
Yumiko just gives her a grin. You're not wrong.
Now these dominoes fell fast. Did everyone come out of that day changed?
I'm going to assume that since Brooke has been missing, likely. I mean, Natalie and I already, but you know. It
Oh, good. It wasn't on me.
and it might not have been on that day. I mean, really.
Like I said, mine should have happened 11 years ago. Not. But my parents had to be abusive shits.
Okay, so short version. Yes, something happened in the ritual. Natalie and I both were essentially forced into striking bargains. We worked for these creatures, and we're not able to tell anybody anything about it. Huh? Yeah, I said weren't. Now, part of their deal was to either get everybody involved, as it were, or to get everybody to give up on the search for our friend. We're our friend we call Mindwalker.
Still lame.
So, um, blah words. Caitlin's eyes, like she's mostly just explaining all of this to Yumiko. And so yeah, we have powers, and Natalie is still beholden to these creatures, and I am not. But that's where this one came in. She's pointing at Ben.
Hi. Apparently, I'm of a family line that every 4th generation we decide to sprout horns and go in. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw what happens. That doesn't happen anymore. I'm still.
But do you remember what happened? That's the question.
Honestly, no, I don't.
I meant Yumiko, but yeah, you too.
Yeah, I don't remember anything that happened after I got angry. I saw red and then blacked out.
Miko shook her head. I don't remember anything. I just remember being scared, and then I was at the police station, and that was. I was taken away, and yeah.
Taken away?
From the police station. By someone, yes.
Well, we've both explained our things.
I guess I should equally explain mine then. So I was at the police station. They were trying to get answers out of me of why I showed up there the way I did. I couldn't tell them anything because I didn't remember. Guy walks in. Guy walks in. And before I knew it, he was taking me to his place.
Okay.
Well, I didn't feel like going home. I didn't feel safe going home at all. And I didn't want to be alone. And I couldn't find any of you guys, even if I tried to look. I know I would be able to find you guys at all. Plus, the police wouldn't let me go. He convinced them to let me go. And before I knew it, I was agreeing to everything he said, and I woke up different.
Caitlin nods again. How you're different, but how?
As many know it, I am referred to as a vampire now.
Uh,
Well, that's 2 people who died and came back to life.
I'm not a vampire.
Vampire doctor? Dr. Vampire?
Dr. Acula.
Oh god damn it!
You know what? Caitlin's going to say that.
How?
Dr. Acula?
I feel like this
Fucking
is
dare you.
incredibly. This is an incredibly poor taste.
Very poor taste.
This is more of a Ben comment to make.
Nope, that was Caitlin.
Ben's too chill right now.
Wow.
Oh, I'm glad I came back for that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So no, stop there. Ben actually like runs his hand over his face. So everyone who figures out what I am is going to ask if I eat people, and you literally eat people.
I
I didn't ask.
I don't eat people. I
don't eat people. I just eat the hopeless.
It's a liquid diet. It's not the same. She doesn't eat people. She drinks them like Capri Suns.
Hey, do you want to see
You're
something
not here.
weird? Watch me drink this guy.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Okay, bring it back. So yes, Ben just kind of taps, like rubs his forehead. Okay, apparently whatever strange world we found ourselves in, it has a sense of irony. That's so quaint. So, Wendigo, vampire, dead man, undead.
I'm alive.
Okay, dead man.
Lots of people die and come back.
A lot of people die and are resuscitated. You came back with, I don't know, Caitlin, what even is that thing? Spooky ghost?
At least spirit thing. If it's not a ghost, it's... I don't know. If...
Calling him a thing's a little harsh, you know.
Like I said, it's something. It's kind of... you're muted. Anyway, but back to Yumiko.
yes.
A vampire?
Yeah. Did I stutter?
No. It's not that I'm having trouble believing. You being a vampire means there's...
Other vampires? Yes.
a sire of sorts, right? Like somebody made you?
Yes, that's the guy that took me home. Well, to his home.
Does he... That means that there's
Many others. Yes.
many others that could possibly put their... I don't know, this just... Most of us are things where we are our own thing. Like, obviously Natalie currently is still beholden to the owl bear things. But I'm just saying we don't need more people screwing us over. And also
Oh.
vampire.
It doesn't.
Am I going to screw you over?
Huh?
Do you feel like I'm going to screw you over?
Not you.
Because that's what it sounded like a bit there.
No, I was referring to, sires.
He is not like that. He doesn't care. He lets me run around and do my own thing. I'm just his eyes and ears for other things, I guess.
Honestly, that's probably worse. Because if he kept you on a short leash, at least you'd be protected. The world's big. Wolves have been telling me a lot of things. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just extremely paranoid about the idea of people looking over our shoulder and being beholden to people.
Caitlin, you think that people aren't watching us all the time?
I'm the first one to tell you that people are watching you all the time. Even before all this happened.
Well, now they're watching you in a far less digital way, and now in a more physical way. Do you want to know what the funniest thing about meeting up with the whole Cousin Wolves thing was? Most of them are people from my everyday life. They knew the whole damn time.
Okay, so Josh, you're apparently coming through a little bit quiet, but the gist of what he just said was that the wolves were people that were involved in his everyday life, and they kind of knew.
Yeah, that's what he said. But, yeah.
Yeah, everything was that you were saying was cutting out for me. So
sorry. I might be just talking too quiet. I don't know.
At least on my end, you were coming out clear.
Okay.
Yes,
Mine
and
too.
yeah, like I said, just for me, because Matt heard it. I heard only every few words or few syllables actually.
Hey, so long as my mic's picking up good, it'll come through in print. All right. I guess that comes to it. How do you feel about what you are, Yumiko?
Taking blood from people that I don't even know, having that thirst, it's not good. I don't like it. And I can't wait to become a doctor so I can at least write a blood bank or something. But I don't like how I was tricked into it.
No kidding.
So I just take a little bit of blood from people here and there. I don't leave any marks. I don't leave any trace of that I was there. And I don't make them feel completely lightheaded. I just take a little bit and leave.
So, he looks over at Caitlin, who's kind of had the most protests. I brought everyone kind of together because I think we need to watch each other's backs, and well, You're the only people I know who've experienced anything like this. I need a pack, and I want you all to be part of it.
So you brought this up before. I just need to know, is there any anything involved with it beyond what we were doing before, watching each other's backs?
As
Or, like
as far
weird
as
rituals?
as far as I know, at least as far as me, no. It's an instinctual need. I need to feel like I'm around a group of people who are similar to me. It makes things feel more balanced. I don't know how to put it elseways, man. Like, it's animal part of the brain stuff. Though I'm gonna get so much shit from the cousins for having a vampire in the pack, but nah, fuck them. They don't run my life.
Yumiko's just staring at the floor.
I'm a grown stag. They aren't my mom.
Ben gets up and walks over to Yumiko and puts his hand on her shoulders. Hey, look up here.
She looks up at him.
We all started this together, and damn it, we're gonna stick together in it. At least if I have anything to say about it.
Yumiko looks over at Caitlin.
Caitlin is looking at Yumiko. She's considering, but not. She doesn't look hostile. If that makes any sense. She's more wanting to see what Yumiko will do.
I guess if no one has any objections for my presence, then I'll join.
If we can help you with what you are, keeping, I know that I feel like I'm gonna be needing help keeping my humanity. I can't imagine.
Losing it completely?
So
It sucks.
if we can help
No pun
you,
intended.
Well, I'll help the group however I can.
So we all need fake names. Apparently, it's important. Again, I've been going by Wendigo. It's fitting. Works for now. Caitlin has one. What about you two?
Also, did they have a name? Pointing at the companion.
That's a good question. Does he have a name?
Yes.
What is his name?
Well, given that we've established that it was there when you came to,
Fucker is not a good name for it.
Comet fucker. No. We're gonna say that Courtney gives you a name, and it is appropriately astral themed, and that's about all I've got. And the only reason why that might at all stick up to you is because it sounds vague, like of a vaguely similar nature as to how the wolves described some of the spirits, and the only ones that they talked about that had anything to do outside of like animal and plant nature stuff. Well, because there's also like rock spirits and all that. Point being, the only things non-terrestrial that they ever talked about were the loons.
Ah. So, knowing this, is the bookshop thin enough in the gauntlet for me to step sideways?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
No, there's Courtney has not bought a locus.
Hey, Courtney, you want to touch my locus?
Dirty.
So, anyway, no, what should we call you two?
I chose my name after my heritage. But that may not be what you want to do, so.
Ben points over at Courtney. I'm going to call you Zeta.
How about we don't?
But Courtney Zeta Jones.
Oh!
There goes. The joke made it, I see.
It's better than love.
Wow, Caitlin, that's incredibly jaded.
We could, hey, you could always go with Indiana.
Can always go with what?
Indiana. It matches your coat.
No.
We just need to get you a hat.
No.
And a whip.
Tell me you don't want to fight monsters with a whip.
He's not responding.
That's
No,
not a
I'm-
no.
Yes, it is. That is a no. That is a hard no.
Hey, I lucked out. Apparently someone's going to give me a name at some point.
I'll come up with a name next session. I was actually thinking I was probably gonna hop out. Because my stomach's starting to turn.
Okay.
For a second, I thought, like, I'll come up with a name, like, the beginning of it. I thought that was in character. And then you said
No.
next session. I was like, that's very meta.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night, Jimmy.
What about you, Yumiko? What's a good name for you?
I really haven't given it much thought.
Really quick, Matt. Have the werewolves explained to Ben why the name, like having a fake name's important, or given him any reason for it?
Yes, because pretty much as it was explained to him, it's the whole like there's power in a name thing, and if they have the name that you've used that you were born, it's your first name, not just Ben is your first name, not just Benjamin is your first name. Ben O'Donover is the first name that you were known as. And so therefore that going through most of your life, it has power over you. And so therefore that's why some spirits actually guard their true names.
Okay, let me put that into Benanese.
And some abilities,
Well,
even beyond that.
he wouldn't know about that at all. So,
No, Caitlin would have explained when she was explaining why we call Matilda Mindwalker.
I guess that's true, but I don't think Kimiko was in there. It's important because there's power in a name. Certain things can use it, and can use it against you. So you keep what you were born under hidden. That's why they've just been calling me Wendigo.
I see. That makes sense.
And then we probably need to go find Brooke. Or try.
Caitlin, where's your phone? Back
On
pocket.
her. Hold on one sec. Yellow.
Hey.
You speak of the devil. Hello.
The best part is you guys get into that as we finish the text summary of what's been going on. And that's what she did.
Why do we pick the weirdest ringtones?
Because I'm not allowed to get stuff that Cassie would actually have Courtney use in the jukebox.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Caitlin's
Caitlin.
a little nerdy.
You were looking for me.
Hmm?
Emily, you were really quiet.
You were looking for me.
Yes. You've been gone.
How long?
I haven't heard from you in a month.
Months feels like years.
What? Are you okay?
Yes.
Do you Wait, did Brooke ever go to the bookshop?
Nope.
Nope.
Alright. Listen, Brooke, I'm gonna text you an address.
I don't have my cell phone.
What?
I don't have my cell phone.
She looks at her phone really fast.
And that's when you realize that when you would exchange contact information with her, she had actually put in a second phone number. It was a landline.
Are you at your house?
Yes.
Who has landlines?
I still do.
I don't have my cell phone. It's gone. Long time ago.
Right. She puts her on speakerphone. So you're at your house.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. You just called me because you knew I was looking for you?
You left messages.
Okay. She's looking at the others. Like, y'all with me that this is weird? It is kind of the
Didn't you leave
expression on her
messages?
face.
Ben's looking like he doesn't actually want to speak up in case he frightens her.
I was asking if you were okay. I hadn't heard from you since we were all at Natalie's.
When Ben went crazy.
It's Ben's turn to look at the floor.
The floor of shame.
On my end, so
Oh, she said, actually, no, Matt should say it, because
I already did. She said when Ben went crazy. And then Josh looked at the floor.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going
That
to
was months ago.
disconnect and come back. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright. So what did she say?
Yes, and that was months ago.
A month ago.
A month.
What have you been doing?
Nothing.
Alright, well, thank you for calling me. And do you mind if I stop by soon?
Okay.
All right. Talk to you in a few.
Okay.
She hangs up.
Immediately. Yeah, she's not okay.
What the heck? Who was that?
It sounded like Brooke, but a really whacked out Brooke.
You don't think something happened to her too, do you?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I'm gonna channel Jimmy for a second. Like, no, I think she's just fine. She probably just decided to go do some drugs in the woods because we know how on board she is with that. So I'm gonna let you guys go try and deal with that because you guys are way more familiar with her, and I feel like I would just piss her off since the only time I met her was during the Ben incident. So, if we're gonna go start the Avengers X-Force team or whatever, I need to make some calls. You guys go deal with her. I will get some of my stuff squared away.
That was a frighteningly accurate Jimmy impression.
It's almost like I've known this shithead for like 7 years, 8 years.
Well, it's a good thing I got my car from you again. Who wants to take a ride? I should not go in. I will stay in the car.
I'm going to bring my own vehicle. That way we are not all reliant on one just in case it, up and disappears again.
I'll ride with Ben.
Did you bring your own car?
She eyes him. Anyway, I'll ride with Ben.
All right.
Okay.
I checked to make sure I actually have some ammo in my gun. I am not trusting anything at the moment.
We have a new Brooke.
Oh, dude.
She's had a gun the entire time.
She has had a gun the entire time.
I know. Now she doesn't trust shit.
You realize that Caitlin is the one who keeps telling everyone that there are cameras everywhere and you are always being watched.
Paranoid. Okay.
She has always been paranoid. She manages it a little better because she goes and runs the adrenaline off.
Alright, Yumiko, let's go.
Okay.
We'll meet you there, Caitlin.
Alright, just, Yumiko, don't go in until we're all there.
Like I said, it's probably a better idea if I don't go in. You heard what she just said. At least until you can figure out how much she remembers, and if she hates me, which is becoming a theme.
Also, on the way there, she's gonna use her lovely hands-free device with her car.
I didn't expect another phone call. I don't have a stupid ringtone available. Here.
Wait, who's calling what?
Natalie's getting a call.
Natalie's gonna just check the caller ID first of all.
It's a Caitlin. Or rather, Aoife.
She would answer. Hello?
If she said anything, I didn't hear it.
Hello?
Okay, you are having all kinds of problems then, because... Alright. Talk again, Casey.
Third time. Hello?
Disconnect and reconnect, Cassie, because everybody else can hear.
Fourth time's the charm, apparently. Hello?
Hello. So,
Please tell me it's no one is around when you're making this call.
no, I'm in my car. I'm alone. Nobody's here.
All right.
Everyone's weird.
Excuse me?
Okay, so obviously Ben, we know he's apparently it's a Wendigo, and he's more in control now. But he was triggered by the owls.
We're talking the same type of Wendigo, right?
It doesn't eat people.
That doesn't sound right.
He's a werewolf, but a deer. And he doesn't eat people.
But to become a Wendigo, you know what? I don't have time for this. Just who else is weird?
Natalie, or not Natalie, sorry, wow.
Yes, I know.
Yumiko,
I'm weird.
Yumiko is a vampire.
You obviously hear her like taking a breath before like returning back to the phone. You want to run that by me one more time?
Yumiko was turned into a vampire the night of the incident. Not by Ben or anything. Outside force. And
when I say what the fuck?
I know. She is not happy with it. She's a little freaked out by it.
I can probably do some searches here on I don't know things to help, but is it just you guys?
Courtney, that's the bookstore owner. I went to see him, remember, after everything. He said that he died and got better. And he has some weird ghost companion thing. He has no idea what he is. I have no idea what he is. But he's weird. So, short version, we're all weird, and then Brooke, who's been missing, called me and seemed to have no idea how much time had passed. And was talking really strangely, like she is I don't know, something's wrong with her. And so we're going to Brooks. Also, Ben asked if we could work together and just try to help each other out because this world is weird.
I assume you've explained our situation,
Yes.
and there's obviously the idea that it might not work. I mean, if we can find a way out of this, yeah, sure. I can't say for sure, and that she kind of there's a moment that obviously like she takes the phone down, look around.
You do not see any owl eyes.
I'm not certain if Blackwing will be appreciative of it.
Well, she's not. Matt, she's tempted to say it, but she doesn't know when they're going to look over her shoulder. Or look over Natalie's shoulder.
I will say it does not happen often.
Ben has offered to help with that problem.
As long as he doesn't. Well, I mean, I'm not staying in that apartment anymore, so as long as I don't have an angry deer werewolf Wendigo thing charging at me again, I I think I'll consider it.
Okay. In the meantime, we are. I'm almost to Brooks.
Just figure out what's going on with Brooke. I'll try figuring some stuff out on my own end, I guess.
All right. I just want to let you know, just in case, so you know if something weird happens, that's where I'm at.
Thanks.
Matt, really random question.
Mm-hmm.
How do we get into the library again?
You walk through any door that would be leading to a place of like something resembling a repository of knowledge,
right.
archives, libraries, things like that, and you spend a point of knowledge.
Right. And how do we choose where we exit?
You exit out of the place that you came in from.
Right, because once we didn't exit out of the same place, so I was curious.
You exit out of the place that Matilda came in from.
Okay. Alright. Never mind. Carry on.
Like whichever one was the last door that you opened is the one that you will come out of.
Okay.
You do not have to spend a point to leave.
Okay, here we go. Kenning. Changelings with a strong clarity. Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, I saw that one, but it's you're not at that point.
Anyway, so they're about to pull up at Brooks shortly.
In the other car, Ben glances over at Yumiko. As they drive in silence.
She's just staring out the window.
So, gonna rip Rob Zombie off for this, but you're still cute for a living dead girl.
She gives him a side glance. Thanks. I think.
Yay! It's good to know that becoming a Wendigo has not improved my pickup lines.
I just hope that was all you and not me accidentally manipulating you.
No, I'd know if you were messing with my head.
Oh, he
Good.
would.
Leave him his delusions.
She just chuckled and shook her head. Mm-hmm. Sure you do.
Let me try another one. Hey, baby, want to ride these horns?
Problem is that implies multiple.
I think I like your Living Dead Girl one better.
Music references, they're always classy.
I guess so.
He thinks a moment more. Damn, it's hard to come up with deer-themed pickup lines.
It's a thing that very few people care about.
Ha!
Okay, the puns have arrived. This joke is dead.
Yumiko looks at him. So, if I flashed you, would you be a deer caught in the headlights?
He raises an eyebrow.
She gives him a playful grin.
Okay, you're much better at this than me.
And that's another point for me.
How many are you up to?
5 to your none.
Oof, that hurts, girl. That hurts.
I think I have a nickname for myself now.
Oh?
Yeah. Call me Tsukiko. Or Moonchild if it's easier to pronounce.
I can do Tsukiko, but which do you prefer?
They mean the same thing.
So I shouldn't call you Mooney.
Ow.
That I was gonna say that might make her eye twitch a little bit when she's mad.
I mean, that'd be a cute
Mooney
name.
versus Moon Moon.
I am not Moon Moon.
Bork, bork.
You. Ah.
Yeah, I can see that working. It's got no attachment to you, right?
Nope.
Then it's perfect. That's what makes mine crap. And at that point, they pull up.
But not out.
Gross.
I was
But
say both of the people in the car are the ones with the lust as their vice. So
Later tonight, I'll take her back to my trailer. No, I doesn't have a trailer yet.
classy.
So yes, everyone arrives at Brooke's domicile apartment. home thing.
Brooke, are any of the lights on?
No. So the outside light, yes.
Well, that's not ominous.
No, not at all. You sure you're gonna be okay in there?
Man, I can't feel anything anymore. I think I'll be fine.
Out of character. Oof, my heart! Okay, just, I don't know. Things go tip up. There, tips up. It hit me with a, I don't know. Hit me with text or scream or something. I don't know.
I can do that.
Ben waits out by the cars.
Okay, so who's knocking on the door? Because we got Caitlin, we got Yumiko.
I guess I'll knock because I said I was gonna be the one to be there.
Door creaks open as far as the chain will let it. Brooks stares at Caitlin for a few minutes.
Do I feel anything?
Yes.
Caitlin,
Hi.
prove that you're really you.
Really?
Yes.
The heck am I supposed to do that? Like, we saw Matilda take pamphlets out of our hands at the cultural exchange. When we on the
How did we see
monitor. We went to your office and looked at the monitors to see what happened.
She closes the door. A few minutes. Literally a few minutes before you can hear the chain slide and then the door clicks open. And Brooke's already across the room. Gun in hand, but not threatening.
So at this point, because her mask, she doesn't have her mask up, does she?
That's a reflexive kind of thing. It's up. If I remember correctly, whether you want it to be or not. You have to spend a glamour specifically to take it off.
Oh, right. Okay, I just saw that part. Okay, carry on.
So I'm gonna look at Yumiko, like, and I'm gonna step inside.
Go ahead.
Yumiko follows in after.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Why don't we start with what's been going on?
Okay, start.
Like, for you, what has been going on for you? I have been living life as normal for the last month.
Yes, me too. Normal.
Roll a bluff.
I'm like, does she even need to
Which
roll
one was that?
because I could tell.
Subterfuge. What?
Yeah, you're rolling manipulation plus subterfuge. Or yeah.
Is it opposed? Do I need to do anything?
Yeah, you need to make the same roll. You do not have any relevant specialties.
No, I just can tell that something has happened. Because she's like, it's been a couple months? Question mark?
Yep, I get it. Yeah, I okay. What I was going to say is I was going to give you an extra die because that is fair.
Oh.
But it's a tie. It's like you can't tell one way or the other.
So here's the thing. You've been missing for a month.
A month.
Yeah, you haven't been to work. You haven't been anywhere that anybody can find you.
Where have you been?
Between track and school. Well, the semester got over. I've been mostly at home.
Yeah, you need to roll bluff now too.
She has been. I do?
Yeah, because you were describing how she's spending tons of time in the library trying to figure this stuff out. That's why she has sucked out of stewardship.
But like when she's not been like
The library is not her home.
No, but she's not been like spending nights away from her house.
No, but Cassie, a lie of omission is still a lie.
Okay, well she wasn't. What I'm trying to say is she's not been trying to she was not trying to leave out the library specifically or anything like that. She's mostly been I have not been missing for a month.
You're trying to nitpick it. Go ahead and make your roll, because you could also roll 0 too. So, Brooke, you know that she's leaving something out.
Just kind of standing there in the dark, watching them. And she starts to pace, a little agitated. You look like you. You sound like you know things.
I'm sorry, Emily. I missed most of what you said.
No, she's like, you look like you. You sound like you know things. And she kind of trailed off there.
Are you you?
Or any of us, any of us.
Hmm?
Nothing. Yes, I mean.
What happened to you?
I
Because I can
don't
tell.
know.
I can tell you're not the same. You are not the this. Brooke comes up with reasonable explanations for absolutely everything, even if it's unreasonable. She looks at Mika for confirmation. Yeah. Yumiko.
Indeed, Brooke always analyzes things and comes to a realistic explanation for everything.
You make a really good point. Does that mean I'm not me? Yeah. No, I'm sure I'm me. I'm sure. I remember. What is this? This is a trick. You're here to trick me.
Why would we try to trick you?
I don't know. Where are the others? There are more, except for Ben. Ben went crazy.
There's Natalie. She is doing research. And Ben is in the car. He didn't want to come in because he thought
He went crazy.
He thought you would freak out.
Because he went crazy.
He lost control. He became something else.
No.
And then Courtney said he had to make phone calls.
No. Ben went crazy.
I'm starting to feel like we should leave you be.
Maybe. You come in here and you say you're Caitlin, but you don't tell me everything. And I don't know. Are you? Are you Caitlin?
Yes.
And I'm Brooke.
How do I know your book?
Getting all
Because
philosophical.
because I obviously didn't kill myself. She'll hit the play on the answering machine.
Oh shit. Okay. So, that's a mic drop I wasn't expecting to have to go reread. So, you hear a voicemail you didn't leave in your voice, Caitlin, talking about how trying to find you, don't know what's going on, da 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 da. And then after that, you hear Brooke's voice. Go here, Emily. You go ahead and read it, and try to make it sound a little teary.
If you get this, I didn't know. I thought I was me. It was you. It was us. I can't. I can't do this.
And then there's a gunshot right next to the mic. The voicemail's still going. It's just dead silence.
I'm Brooke.
And what is Brooke?
Me. My face is different, but I'm still me.
How's your face different?
I see it in the mirror. I see it on my skin. It's different.
Okay.
And then she turns on the light. Though, since the mask is reflexive, she still looks like Brooke. Though she actually looks better than Brooke did before.
Her skin's a little bit, there's less blemishes. Her eyes are a little bit sharper. She
Her hair, instead of muddy, is more of a chestnut. There's no frizz.
everything about her just looks way more vibrant. Like before, where she had, like, obviously you could tell that there was some like physical representations of her being like emotionally drained from whatever it is that had happened during military service and her jaded life. This person looks like they do like 40 gallons of Coke a day with none of the downsides. I don't care if Coke is not. You know what I'm talking about, though. She looks pristine.
Okay. Caitlin does not like this. Not at all.
Yumiko's just eyeing her up and down.
Get
What the hell?
Get out of there.
Hold on a second, Mika. Cassie, go ahead and reconnect again. Alright, one more time, Mika.
Yumiko just stares at Brooke, eyeing her up and down, going, what the hell?
For those who are more mechanically oriented, she now has 2 dots in the striking looks merit. So she went from being she's pretty cute to a damn.
With 2 eyes.
Yes, exactly. I was like, wait, what? And then it clicked.
Finally, something clicked.
Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Do you see?
Yes. Yes, we see.
Do you really see them?
Mm.
Nope, draw it out.
What do you want us to see? Open a big can of worms there.
I don't know.
Were any of you able to hear Cassie?
So what do you want us to see?
Okay.
I just want to know that you are actually me.
We are us. You are you.
Who else would I be?
I don't know. Someone someone else. Someone cunning and dangerous and cruel. Did you find we were looking for jumbled?
What'd she say?
What? Where? What? How? What?
What did she say?
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Which? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, she's just like, we were, or no, she started with, did you find? And then she stops, like, we were looking for. And she stops again. She's like, everything's jumbled. Everything's jumbled. And then she's like, did you find her?
Yumiko looks at Caitlin.
Caitlin takes a breath for a moment, then nods.
Where did she go?
She gave up her life.
No, she was alive.
She is no longer living that life that she had.
Hmm.
She is now with a different name.
But she disappeared.
Mhm.
Right in front of our eyes.
Emily, every time you mutter like that, it's really hard to hear you.
It's like, oh, right in front of our eyes. Where did she go, Caitlin? Do you know where she went?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I found her. She found me. I do not know where she spends the majority of her time.
Spends now is now. Spends is now. Spent. Where was she?
She
She go to a.
kidnapped me.
She kidnapped you. Is she one of them?
One of what?
No. No, you look fine. You look healthy and fine.
Cryptic things.
When she took you, did she tear you apart? Did she put you back together?
What did you say,
Did she
Matt?
put you back together weird and wrong and different? Did she
I
feed you
don't know.
things? bad things, terrible things.
Who found you? Somebody found everybody else. So she's like, who found you?
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Names, names, names have power. Names. Bad. No.
Okay, cool. You don't have to spend anything for the basic one. Okay, so Aoife is apparently activating temporal flows. So she starts looking at time and how it swirls around people and whatnot. Time around you is pretty much moving normally. Time around everything else is kind of moving normally. Yumiko, on the one hand, it affects her normally in the regards of she travels through it, but you can tell that for a number of functions for her time has stopped. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Something she would have expected, actually.
When you look at Brooke, time is having a fucking seizure. Like, parts of her are right now in a state of like freaking temporal whiplash, and you can tell that something like you don't have quite the knowledge base to know exactly what you're looking at, like what it means, but you can tell that there are a number of parts of her like that are like in regards to like how her perception is going through time and all that jazz is is perceiving time normally, but you can also tell that she's like way older than she should be. Like decades easily. She still travels through time at the same pace, but you can tell that there's parts of her that have been dragged out to accommodate for these decades that are currently snapping back.
Huh. You know what, Matt?
Mm.
This doesn't really work. Look at the first sentence.
No, you still have access to that.
Okay, but I can also cast it on somebody else and let them see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I cast it, since Yumiko is not a sleeper, could I cast it on her?
Yeah, sleeper means just mundane human.
So, Yumiko, you're also going to see this.
Oh, great. No warning, just hey, check this out. So
What?
Yumiko, Caitlin just touches your hand, your side first, like your arm or whatever, and everything I just described, you suddenly see. You know, like as an instinctual thing, that you are looking at how time is affecting Brooke. You don't understand any of it because you have no idea what any of this knowledge base would actually require, but you know for a fact that time is being fucky with Brooke. Probably the single best word to apply here for either of you would be chaotic.
The word of the day? Ominous. Yep. This does not bode well.
No. No.
What?
There's something going on with you.
Do tell. What
How
do you
long
know?
has it been for you since the incident at Natalie's?
I don't know. So many birthdays, so many cakes, so many poisons. I'm sorry, was anyone able to hear that?
I heard it.
I was even
Okay. right. 43 birthday poisons in one cake.
Hold on a second, Cassie, reconnect again. Emily, you're still muttering.
43 poisons in one cake.
Poisons.
Yes.
How far apart are your poisons?
A new one for each birthday.
Okay.
What do you see when you look at me?
Chaos?
What an odd thing to say.
But not wrong.
Cassie, do you still have the time viewing spell thingy going?
Mm-hmm. This says it can last the whole scene.
Yes, but you can also always choose to end it early if you wanted to.
No, she's
Because
gonna.
right now she's got like these gold strings just like swirling around her and just whipping around.
No, she's gonna keep that sight on. Although she might take it off of Yumiko if she seems to be overwhelmed with it.
Yumiko can't feel shit. She don't care.
Right. You can't see. You can't see. Nobody sees. It's not real.
What's not real?
My face.
Then what's your true face?
We're just gonna go ahead and check off that clearer.
Duly noted.
So
Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Was there a word? Was there a role involved with that too? Or
To
no?
to
It's just,
drop the mask? I don't think so.
yeah. No, I don't think so either. Brooke's still, Brooke for the most part. But her skin's gone pale. She's got clusters of black scales accentuate into strategic points. They are more attractive than monstrous. Her eyes seem to actually get a little bigger, luminous and yellow with slitted pupils. Her hair has gone dark, black too. It's messy, but in a kind of wild, attractive kind of way. Some white feathers sticking out of it, and a little bit of red, a hen's comb just above the forehead. Her teeth all have gentle points, and when she licks her lips, her tongue is somewhat reptilian, longer than it probably should be, and a little forked.
I am going to go ahead and take a step back.
Yumiko stays where she is at.
You don't have to worry. I can't kill you with a glance. Not anymore, at least. Maybe I could, maybe I could. Can't remember.
I mean, there's something you don't see every day.
Do you think that I,
Been under this by now?
yeah,
Nah,
after
nah.
today? You think that
Nope.
nothing would surprise me anymore?
The funniest part is the fact that you're the one that's been in this the longest.
I know. So do I have? But you keep saying like that I wouldn't know things. So I don't know what she'd know.
And that's true because you haven't done anything to go try and like learn about, to go learn about these other things outside because you've been focusing on your research on the keepers and the library. And she's only been in this, frankly, like 2 weeks longer than everybody else. I'm just the phrase itself is the part that was funny.
Yeah. Could she roll anything to see if she could? Because they read a lot of books and stuff. Did
Yes,
anything
you
pop
can
out?
you can roll your int plus your occult.
Okay.
What did you get? Okay. Yes, you pick up on a couple, like, there's a couple of things that are flagging here. It's specifically the relevance to the time bit. It's chaotic, time is being weird. It looks like, she's been gone for a while. And you know for a fact that that's not a thing that spirits do, because that's not what you've been like finding with any of your research relevant to the keepers. But it's reminding you of a number of other folklore things that you guys had been reading, either from Matilda's library or from the vault itself, in which, and it largely boils down to it kind of all manifests in your thought as a single phrase. She's in a very fey mood.
Okay. She's kind of like staring at her after she had that thought, like, wait. Faye? She says just that word out loud. Anything from Yumiko?
Just stares. Did she just? Did she hiss at us?
Yes, she did.
I believe so.
Because you said Faye. Is that a confirmation that she's right?
I'm not one of the keepers. You'd be in a lot of trouble if I was. So much trouble.
After all, you didn't greet me with the customary gesture of eating a cat live in front of me.
So, I reiterate, what are you?
I'm broke.
You're
Okay.
different.
Yes, I'm different.
So
I don't have answers. I just got home.
from where?
I don't know the other place. Through
What
the
does,
hedge of thorns.
what does the other place look like?
Trees and birds and castles and caves and monsters. beautiful and terrible things. Fires that laugh, shadows that bite. And rules. So many rules.
So many rules, huh?
More rules than you will ever understand. Rules that may not exist until it's someone's whim to make them a rule. Punishments and rewards.
Yumiko looks at Caitlin. Yeah, I got nothing.
Pain and pleasure like you have never experienced.
Yumiko puts a pin in that one.
Relevant.
Yumiko looks at Caitlin. I still have nothing.
And you were there.
43 birthdays.
Could you leave if you wanted?
No.
I thought so.
But why would you want to leave? Except you do, because it's awful, but it's wonderful. And it's awful.
What?
How did you
What
leave?
was there? Or that? Yeah. We'll say Yumiko only asked, not Caitlin. So the how did you leave part.
The gate was unlocked. It was probably a trap, but I slipped out. I slipped out and ran for home.
So you asked where the others are. Do you want to see them?
Maybe.
Do you want to see Ben?
Ben went crazy.
He's not crazy anymore.
He's fine now.
You can see him.
All right. Let's see Ben.
Do you want him to come in or do you want to go out?
He's here.
He's in the car.
Bring him here.
Okay, so yeah, Ben gets out of the car and yeah, up the stairs to the house.
And then a giant Wendigo knocks the door off the hinges and comes barreling in,
No.
screaming about murder.
I was tempted to have him go one stage closer, but no. That's not a good idea. Let's not inflict lunacy on everyone again.
To be fair, if you went into, you're talking about your near human form, right?
Yeah, if I went near human, it would be everyone's counted as having 4 dots more, but
Yeah, that would put, let's see, the lowest person in the room willpower wise is I believe Yumiko at 4. That would still put her at 8. Yeah, I mean, probably still not the best idea, but it also only triggers lunacy if you do something like overtly changery. People just looking at you in that form don't just lose their shit.
yeah, I'd have to throw a couch.
Pretty much.
So yeah, Ben walks in the door and picks his eyes on Brooke. Evening, Brooke.
Ben went crazy. Hello, Ben. Are you still crazy?
Less so.
Are you really, Ben?
When we all met up in the library at the gift exchange, I dropped a thing. It was a broken starter off of an automobile. Do you remember the note I wrote on the starter?
I don't.
No.
Well, it was a memento from Harry Ford, because I needed an excuse to sit down. Just in case Officer Lockwood showed up.
That's me.
What did Odin whisper into Baldur's ear at his funeral?
You dead, motherfucker?
Not getting into Valhalla now. Learn to catch, bitch.
It's good to see you, Brooke.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Which, by the way, Josh, when Ben walks in, he does see her mask is dropped, so he sees her in her reptilian-esque.
And I'm so tempted to have him say, wow, she's a dragon, and we didn't even know.
Is she still got the dots in
Oh yeah, she's an incredibly beautiful lizard lady. You'd hit her.
In more ways than one.
Okay, I don't think I ever explained this inside joke. We were at our pirate events. I was going to, Cassie said, or asked me how her outfit looked, and I was already drinking, and so somewhere between I'd hit it or I'd bang you or whatever, it turned out into I'd hit you. And it just works because apparently people think I'm an angry, violent man. So I must be a wife beater.
or we're kinky AF.
Or what?
Or we're kinky.
That's also true.
Anyway.
So, of course I'm a wife beater. So it's kind of been just a running joke. There you go. Now that's a thing you know.
And we are demonetized.
Oh, we were demonetized forever ago.
I mean, we started out the session with at least one person saying fuck within 5 minutes, so.
Fuck a duck. Anyway,
Do not fuck the animals.
And we were already talking about the geese.
It's true.
anyway, what did
Giant duck penises.
Brooke just really say?
I forgot.
Something about do you really see? Do you?
Oh no. It was that's when, you know, because in case Officer Lockwood came by, she went, that's me.
Night, Casey.
Hey,
Hi.
it's
Good
Friday,
night.
so yeah, I need to get going.
Apologies for not having you in as much this week.
Nah, it works.
Yeah, that's right. She laughed and was like, "That's me."
Well, yes, that is you, was you, might be you again.
I'm
Obviously.
Caitlin's going to step up to Ben and say, "Alright, this can be weird." And she's gonna cast the temporal flows on him so he can see.
Ben, you see time stuff. You don't know what the hell you're looking at, but you know it's time and it's weird.
You have been gone a very long time, Brooke.
$43 poisons, 43 teams.
Now, can I see time and, like, know when in time she was born? I'm just curious, like, so that I would know, even though she has had this many decades, this is what the time was when she began on the earth.
Okay, are you saying that you're trying to figure out if she's 43 years old?
No, I'm trying to say I can tell that she's been around for, 43 years or been gone for 43 years or whatever. But is she still the same person that was born on that day? Like,
Okay,
does
so
that
you're
make
asking
sense?
if her timeline continues past the incident
Yeah,
in the past.
like when I'm looking at her and I'm seeing
Yeah,
that.
I get what you're asking now. I just give me a minute to go look it up because I don't know if you can do something that goes back that far at rank 1.
All right.
Anyway, while this is going on, it reminds me of a fairy tale. Gulliver's Travels. Rip Van Winkle.
Fairy tale. When I said Faye. Said Faye.
Okay, is Cassie's whole sentence going through, or am I just the one getting it jacked up?
It's
Hi.
no, it's jacked up.
It's jacked.
Okay, reconnect, Cassie. We're gonna reinstall your Discord after tonight.
She said she hissed when I said Faye.
Okay, we don't need to use that word then. So, Brooke, what are you going to do now?
I take my life back. It's mine.
I'm stepping away, but I'm still hearing you guys.
Okay. Ben gets a little smile. Do you need help with that? Perhaps a little help from some people who've gone very, very crazy.
What?
Do you need help with that? Help from some people who might be just a little bit crazy.
Why?
Taking back
Are you crazy?
Matt, I go into near human.
Cool.
Just enough to sprout some horns and some hooves. Still just a little bit crazy.
Brooke, what is your willpower?
5.
And willpower plus your clarity.
My clarity?
I think it's called clarity. Your defensive stuff. Not the glamour one. Yeah, clarity.
There are two.
Or weird.
The weird. That's okay. Then 6.
Okay, you are fine. Yumiko, willpower plus blood potency.
5.
You are at a willpower of 9 then. You have exceptional self-control. You still feel great terror, but a willpower point may be spent to retain control for a turn.
And that is some potent ass blood.
Well, because you have to keep in mind that you get 4. You're treated as being 4 points higher.
Yeah,
because he's only partially transformed.
Ah,
he's only going a little bit.
Gotcha.
And you said I could spend a willpower to keep my sanity, basically?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be enough. He'll turn back after this turn.
Did they take you away? Did they hunt you down?
As far as to explain how this goes, if Ben was already in that form when he walked in, it wouldn't matter. But because you witnessed the changing, that's where it kicks in.
Dang, well, that's filed away for later.
And Cassie is also fine at willpower 10. Or it treated as willpower 10. It's willpower plus your stewardship plus 4.
He shakes his head with the antlers. No, this is how I was always meant to be.
They're very stunted antlers in this form.
They are very stunted.
Because you're supposed to be able to pass off as just a weird human.
Yes, this is how I was always meant to be. Years of abuse and being locked in a basement took it away. Till you all came along, at least.
Okay then.
He shifts back. Wanna go grab a hamburger and some milkshakes?
I don't have any money.
I got you on this.
All my things are gone.
Yeah, mine too.
That's unfortunate.
Consequences of a change. Sometimes you just have to pick up the pieces and rebuild what you can.
It's my life.
Then rebuild it.
It belongs to me.
And yeah, I got nothing else.
Then let's go.
Can you look more like everyone else? No offense, but you kind of look like a dragon.
Ah,
Tsukiko? Eva, you guys coming?
Food sounds good.
I'll tag along.
who?
We all have fake names now. It's important. It keeps people that you don't want to find you from finding you. You should get one too.
Because names have power.
Because names have power.
Yes.
And yeah, I think they'll clamber into Ben's car and go get a Shake Shack or something.
They're all going to Denny's,
Denny's.
where true damned souls can gather. I almost said congeal. I'm like, that's not the right word.
You walk in that door and you smell that burned oil smell, and you just go, can't wait for tomorrow. And the extra 3 trips to the toilet.
So, given
I know exactly what Denny's we're at.
Oh god damn it. Anyway, so do we want to go ahead and call it a night here? Did you guys want to keep trying to roleplay some more of this out? Because so far we have not exactly gotten Brooke on board with the whole like, hey, we're going to team up and keep an eye on each other because we need to be friends.
I think
Personally,
Brooke.
I need to go.
Yeah, we've kind of been going a while. I don't think Brooke is mentally stable enough right now to 100% say that one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she did kind of just come out of Fairy maybe a couple hours ago, so she's got to get her bearings.
Hence why we're going to get her some good human food and some
She's
quiet.
confused and paranoid. And everything is different but the same, weird, wrong. Yeah.
So here's my question then. This, as far as an idea to close this out with. They get to Denny's. They eat their food. They try to small talk to help Brooke stay calm.
Brooke makes everyone taste everything first.
Fair.
Just to make sure no one's trying to poison her.
What happens when the waiter asks if you guys want any dessert?
That depends who says what.
Cake is not mentioned, and anyone who attempts to and anyone who even seems to be entering that, Ben immediately gives the death glare.
With the one with the cataracts, or just, the shut up glare?
The shut up glare.
Oh, okay.
Now you have to actually specify.
Okay. So, I guess just one last bit of trivia that I'm pretty sure that Brooke would probably end up casually mentioning just over the course of their conversations. Go ahead, Emily.
Wait, which bit?
The math I just sent you.
Oh, 946 poisons in the final cake.
No, not in the final cake. That was it was every time it was one more poison, and they were all different than before.
Oh, I got you.
So
So just like total period. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, she has been subjected by her Fey Master to 946 poisons over the last 43 years. So that's a neat bit of math I did while you guys were role playing.
Dear God.
Yeah, we're gonna kill this guy too.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Having read the Change of the Dreaming book, you can't kill true Fae. It's not possible.
It's not
I'm
impossible.
Saying, like,
It would be a novel idea.
kill maybe not, but they are.
I believe it's Autumn Nightmares. Discusses killing the true Fae. It's not something you should necessarily be able to do just any time. That's more like an end of the chronicle kind of deal, if at all.
So, Cass, were you meaning just like maybe not kill them, but at the very least inconvenience them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make a good big villain speech in a "I hate you, you meddling kids."
I'm going to prepare explosive runes for them several times. Like, how many times?
I have an idea.
How many times were she poisoned?
You just 946 different poisons.
That many explosive runes once I once I figure out how to do it.
But even better, you just bring a wheelbarrow that you had to make yourselves. You somehow manage to bring it through the hedge, and you build a wrought iron fence around their house. And then you walk away.
Trust this, bitch!
So after
we already have a hit list.
So after dessert,
we can't grow it.
So after dinner or dessert is refused, Ben kind of looks around and goes, "Okay, something to think about. We should all get a safe house."
He said we should all get a safe house.
Oh. I mean, I was getting a new place anyway.
We'll
No mirrors.
No, I kind of need mirrors.
No.
Well,
I mean, I have one.
we can have. You have a safe house?
Yes.
Cool.
Wrap it in iron.
We can all share it. It's my new place, but we can all share it.
Well,
if you want a mirror, wrap it in iron. Iron burns, iron hates.
I could wrap mirrors in iron. I'm okay with that. That's actually kind of cool aesthetic.
Yes, I agree with that.
Hand
Oh my gosh.
forged.
So no,
What were you saying, Emily? I
He
missed
said
that.
hand forged.
I can arrange that. I have an anvil.
Be cool with that.
We'll give it a look, Kimiko. Maybe there's some things I can do. I'm not just good
Wait,
at
I'm
fixing
paying
cars.
rent.
Could use some security cameras too.
Oh, I'm on that. 100%. Right there. Make them Wi-Fi enabled so we can look at them on our phones too when we're not at home.
What sort of place is this?
You also know that Wi-Fi would allow other people, if they have all they have to do is find the signal, and then they could try to hack it.
Sorry, not Wi-Fi enabled, but hooked to the internet, like the ones your parents have. They're not Wi-Fi enabled, but they're hooked into the router. So that
No. Well,
yeah.
Yes, they go through the router. The downside to that becomes if they have an internet connection, they can try and get to your system from anywhere.
Anyway,
I'm saying closed circuit television security.
I
oh,
just
guess
want to be able to view it when we're not there.
You're gonna have to get some magic shit.
I can work on learning some new spells.
There you go.
so Yumiko, what kind of place is this?
You noticed in the chat.
I can't. God damn it.
She's gone AFK.
The short version to that answer is that has been intentionally left ambiguous because you all need to figure that out to figure out what's going to meet the needs of the group, because your guys' group base, while you can all invest points in it, is a group effort.
Okay, then we'll discuss that in chat.
Okay.
Because we need
So
to discuss it.
Sorry?
Because it's almost. Yeah, we do need to end session.
Oh yeah, we're wrapping it up. All right, so looks like we've got pretty much everybody on board with team. Everybody else needs to fuck off, except for
Team
Natalie.
Umizoomi.
Natalie's mostly on board.
All right, well, I guess say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Don't let the fairies get you.
Hey, Matt.
What, Josh?
It did that thing again.
Okay, pressing play it. All right, good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Night.
day has died and emotion is fade. Wake up, my friends, the dreams and nightmares will die for just one more day.